Nintendo finally graced us with their E3 plans, and luckily for us, we're getting quite a bit of content from them, it looks like. So Nintendo of America has posted saying that the E3 Direct is going to be on June 15th at noon Eastern Standard Time, with roughly 40 minutes of info focused exclusively on Nintendo Switch software, most of it releasing in 2021, followed by around 3 hours of gameplay in Nintendo Treehouse Live. Now, this is where the second part of this video comes in. Historically, I have not been very good at E3 predictions. The only time that I can remember where I actually predicted something correctly, quote unquote, was the Breath of the Wild 2 teaser trailer, and it was half joking because I was just like, there's no way they're gonna do it, and I suspected that it was gonna be Metroid.
Before we end this direct, I actually have one more thing to show you.
Breath of the Wild 2.
Thank you very much for watching.
Please.
Until next time.
No, it's gotta be Metroid. It's gotta be Metroid. Oh my god! Oh my god!
But it turned out to be true. So, real quick, I'm just gonna kind of go over my E3 predictions. This is more of things that I think are realistically going to be shown at E3. So, you know, if you're expecting me to put down like new F-Zero game or something like that, you know, that's not going to be the case. I don't ever do like bingo cards for E3 because I never truly know what Nintendo does, especially for E3, because they usually, like, I can't think of a year where I was just like, oh yeah, predicted that. 90% of the time, I'm just like, holy shit, that's really cool. I would have never suspected that. So I'm horrible with E3 predictions. That's basically what I'm trying to say. To kind of get the obvious stuff that I would talk about out of the way, 35th anniversary of Zelda. I think we are going to have, they're going to briefly talk about the Age of Calamity DLCs. Then they will finally announce the Wii U ports for Twilight Princess and Wind Waker coming to the Switch. I want it to be in a bundle, but the Nintendo move is for them to sell them individually, so I don't expect it to be in a bundle, even though with Mario's 35th anniversary, that's what they did, so it's up in the air. I could see it going either way at this point. I think we're going to have a lot of talk about Skyward Sword HD, and then a big focus of that on Treehouse Live. And then, of course, rounding up all of our Zelda news will be more information on Breath of the Wild 2. I fully expect this game to be at Treehouse Live. It makes too much sense for it not to be there, mainly because I fully suspect this game to come out this year, and you know, Nintendo's even kind of alluding to that here, where things are mostly coming out in 2021. But you know, that one game that might be Breath of the Wild 2. So who knows? Yeah. So I think we will get some Breath of the Wild 2 footage for Treehouse Live. At least I hope we do. From there, let's go into Pokemon. I think Pokemon is going to be another big focus for Nintendo in this E3. I think we'll hopefully get some information on Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl about what is different, how these are, what new things have been added since the original games, and then hopefully we get a good chunk of information on Pokemon Legends Arceus. Yes, I'm still saying Arceus, get over it. Yeah, I think this game could show up at Nintendo Treehouse Live as well. I think they could kind of go through and break down a lot of, like, you know, this is a new frontier for Pokemon. You know, an open world game where you just bump into Pokemon in the wild and then just throw a ball at them, and then that's how you battle and catch them. You know, it's like, that's different. It's very different from a core RPG Pokemon experience, so they're gonna need to explain it to some people, I feel. I think Mario Golf shows up here, maybe even Treehouse, I don't even know. Yeah, so it coming out June 25th, it's like, they're gonna talk about it because that's like their next release, like that's their next big release, I guess you could say. Big depending upon who you ask. I know the Mario Golf franchise is loved by a lot of people, but I don't know if it's like a super mainstream series for a lot of people. But yeah, so besides Zelda and Pokemon, there is a few other notable franchises that are celebrating anniversaries this year, namely Donkey Kong and Metroid. It would be insane to me that they're not there in some capacity. I know there's the rumor and the leak that there's a new Donkey Kong country, or a new Donkey Kong that's 3D and is being developed by the Mario Odyssey team. At least that's what the rumor says. I don't know. We'll see. I know a lot of people are very keen and eager to have a 3D Donkey Kong. I never played Mario or Donkey Kong 64, so I've never had that experience with one. But Donkey Kong Country, the original on the SNES, is like one of my favorite games of all time. So, you know, like, I'm not opposed to another 2D Donkey Kong, even though I know a lot of people are. And then I think Metroid Prime 4 is their one last thing. So, oh, and Splatoon 3. Yeah, Splatoon 3 is definitely going to be there. Nintendo has presented Splatoon as one of their pillars holding up their company. I mean, it's like, it's on their marketing. It's a huge, huge game for them. One of the best selling titles on the Wii U. That and Splatoon 2 being on the Switch and doing extremely well on the Switch as well. They have a huge focus on Splatoon. And there's no way... I feel like Splatoon 3 is probably going to be their game that they focus on that's slated for next year, because it's supposed to be coming out, early 2022, I think, something like that. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me. Splatoon 3 will have some kind of capacity at E3 this year. But yeah, I think Metro Prime 4 closes out the show. It's going to be their one last thing. Could there be more Metroid games? Could they port the Prime trilogy? Sure. Could they put Samus Returns on the Switch? Sure. Who knows what they're doing? They don't tell us anything ever. So it's all 100% speculation for the most part. And yeah, especially with Metroid, because they like dropped a teaser trailer, 4 years ago, and had just been like, well, we need people to work on it, and that's the only thing that they've said about it since. So those are my E3 predictions. I know it's extremely rambly, not very interesting or exciting per se, because they're all kind of bland and milquetoast predictions, but I think that's realistically some things we could expect from Nintendo this year. There's going to be a third-party sizzle reel. There's going to be all the things that you come to expect. Doug Bowser's going to be there. I'm sure we'll see Bill Trennan at the Treehouse. I don't really have anything swirling around in my head that I think is like, yeah, that's for sure going to happen. That's not a part of what I said there. I don't have any like super unique and like deep cut type predictions, like they just don't seem realistic to me, for one, and quite frankly, I can't think of any. Nintendo always, at least in the times that I can recall, have just completely shattered what everybody predicts in their E3 predictions. Some people get it right here and there. I think for me to go in with all these unrealistic expectations of things that should be there is only going to set myself up for failure. And I might even be setting myself up for failure now, so who knows. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this rambly E3 predictions video. June 15th at noon Eastern Standard Time. 40 minutes again of footage and 3 hours of gameplay at Treehouse Live. So super exciting. You guys know we're going to be covering that. Might be live streaming it. Don't know just yet. Yeah, man, super exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you're Make sure you're subscribed if you would like to see more content, especially with E3 coming up soon. We're going to have a lot of stuff to be talking about. And yeah, that's going to do it. I'll see you in the next one.